the shockwave in the motorcycle world. Harley-Davidson, a name that once roared through the streets with authority, is now facing one of the toughest challenges in its 120-year history. For decades, the Milwaukee-born brand symbolized freedom, rebellion, and the raw spirit of the open road. Yet today, whispers of bankruptcy and massive financial struggles are growing louder. Sales are plummeting, debts are climbing, and the company that was once the pride of American motorcycling is fighting to keep its engines running. This is not just a business story, it's a cultural turning point. The golden era, when Harley was king of the road. Back in the 1970s, 80s, and even the early 2000s, Harley-Davidson didn't just make motorcycles, it created a lifestyle. Owning a Harley was a statement, a ticket to a brotherhood where chrome gleamed under the sun, and the V-twin engine's deep rumble was music to the ears. Dealers across America were booming, biker rallies were packed, and the brand had a devoted fan base willing to wait months for delivery. Harley was more than a machine, it was a dream. The first signs of trouble. Trouble didn't come overnight. The seeds of Harley's decline were planted years ago. The brand built its empire on a loyal but aging customer base, mostly middle-aged, well-off men who grew up idolizing Harleys. But when younger generations started riding, they wanted something different, lighter, more affordable, and more versatile bikes. While brands like Honda, Yamaha, and BMW adapted to these changing tastes, Harley doubled down on tradition, betting that its old guard would sustain sales forever. The declining numbers. The financial reality is harsh. Over the last decade, Harley-Davidson's U.S. sales have dropped by more than 40%. Even international sales, once seen as a potential savior, have failed to grow fast enough. Stock prices have taken a beating, and the company has had to cut production to avoid warehouses filling up with unsold bikes. Investors are nervous, and each quarterly report brings more bad news. The iconic roar of Harley's engines is being drowned out by the cold hum of financial instability. Misfires in innovation. Harley did try to innovate, but often at the wrong time or with the wrong approach. The Livewire electric motorcycle was supposed to attract young, eco-conscious riders. But with a price tag close to $30,000 and a limited range, it failed to capture the market. The Pan America adventure bike showed promise, but arrived late to a segment already dominated by BMW and KTM. Instead of being seen as a leader in new tech, Harley's attempts often felt like expensive experiments. The cultural disconnect. Motorcycling culture has changed dramatically. For Gen Z and younger millennials, riding is less about long highway cruises and more about practicality, affordability, and style. Many live in cities, where heavy cruisers are impractical. Social media influencers ride agile cafe racers or budget-friendly scooters, worlds apart from Harley's $20,000 cruisers. Harley's marketing still targets the rugged outlaw image, but the modern rider is looking for something entirely different. Global challenges. Harley has also struggled globally. In emerging markets like India and Southeast Asia, where motorcycles are everyday transport, Harley's large, expensive bikes are a tough sell. Local brands offer affordable, fuel-efficient models that make more sense for daily commuting. Even in Europe, where motorcycle culture thrives, Harley faces stiff competition from established sport bike and adventure bike makers. The debt and the dilemma. Behind the scenes, Harley is carrying significant debt. Maintaining U.S.-based manufacturing while sales decline is a costly challenge. The company faces a painful choice: protect its heritage and risk going under, or dramatically change its identity to survive. This is more than a financial decision. It's a question of what Harley-Davidson will stand for in the next decade. What's next for Harley-Davidson? Experts believe Harley has two possible roads ahead. The first is reinvention, building affordable, lightweight models to attract younger riders, pushing electric motorcycles aggressively, and expanding into global markets with smarter partnerships. The second road is slow decline, holding on to tradition while the market moves on. The clock is ticking, and every misstep could be fatal. Conclusion: end of the road or a new beginning? Harley-Davidson is more than just a company. It's an American legend. But legends don't survive on nostalgia alone. If Harley can balance its heritage with bold innovation, it might still roar into a new era. If not, the next generation might only know the Harley name from history books and vintage posters. The fate of this iconic brand hangs in the balance, and the world is watching.